All right, hey everybody, welcome to this video. Today what I want to go through is the number one way to increase your e-commerce sales and conversions. There's three main things that I want to go through to do with mostly your website and how you convey the most important thing, which I'll reveal in a second. And then there's a little bonus thing at the end that I want to go through as well really quickly. So just in case you didn't know, my brother and I started an e-commerce business. We now do 500K a month in sales. We've automated everything, systemized everything, and we now help other e-com brands with their growth. So if you're serious about scaling, serious about your growth, book a time to chat below, jump in the Facebook group, get some value, and let's get acquainted and see if we can help you out. So let's just jump straight into this video. So the number one thing that is going to increase your e-com sales and conversions is trust. Trust with your brand, trust with your products, trust that you are going to deliver the desired outcome that people are looking to you for. Okay? So when it comes to your marketing collateral and everything like that, this all works up towards driving traffic and getting people to your website, right? The website does all the heavy lifting and actually, is that last 10% of the journey where someone actually needs to convert. And so within your website, there's three major things. One is customer reviews. Okay, so there needs to be customer reviews on your website and as many as possible. If you haven't prioritized this from the beginning of starting your business, you are grossly underestimating the impact that customer reviews have. Okay, so when we started our e-com business, we took probably a couple of months to realize this, but we now have, 3,500 customer reviews. We use Yotpo for our automated customer review program, but there's lots of different platforms out there that plug into Shopify quite easily. But I'll tell you for a fact that people give us feedback, and for the ones that only give you feedback, there's so many more, probably another 90% of people that you get feedback from that have said that I ordered from you because of your customer reviews. We're still very local in Melbourne, in Australia, and we still only deliver, statewide. We have expansion plans. But we've had instances where we've been in our, local cafe, for example, and wearing, a Karmic t-shirt around the corner from our production facility. And people have come up to us and said, I love your juices. I did a program last week. And we asked them, I said, oh, yeah, great, that's awesome. How did you hear about us? He said, well, through social media or whatever. He said, the reason I bought from you was because you had so many great customer reviews. And as I say, that's direct feedback from somebody, but you don't hear 99% of the actual feedback from customers all the time, most of the time. And that was such a nail in the coffin of what is driving people's trust levels, what is driving people's decision makers. And it really confuses me every time I speak with a business owner and they don't understand this concept, because when I ask them the question, well, why do you buy? Why do you go to a cafe or a restaurant? What tips you over the edge to give something a go? And it's obviously customer reviews. And so why they can't put two and two together with their business and see how important this is for their business is absolutely baffling. And so that's the real point number one. If you don't get anything else from this video, like customer reviews is the number one way to increase sales and conversions through trust. Okay? It's obviously like another form of marketing, not in your words. It talks about individual problems or experiences that people have had with your product or service, and it conveys a message that you can't do no matter how much marketing or truth you speak. If it's something coming from somebody else's mouth, then that has such a credibility that comes with it. And they're able to relate their specific problems or issues. So for us, people say the gut health cleanse was amazing. I suffer from irritable bowel syndrome or something like that. Or, I've been feeling really run down from working too hard or whatever. And by mentioning these things that it specifically helped them with, that next person who reads that review says, oh, that's me. Perfect. Like, obviously it can help me. I'm done. I'm sold. Okay. So number one, customer reviews. Have them on your product pages, have them on your website. Make it a priority to get as many of those as possible, as quickly as possible. Whatever you have to do, get the reviews. So number one, customer reviews. Number two, is payment gateways. So have options at your checkout, and then have badges associated with these options. So payment gateways, people, especially if you're just starting out or you're new, people want to know that you're a secure and legitimate site. As much as we don't like to think about it, there's so many scamming websites out there that it's just not funny, and they're very, very good at what they do. They can look like legitimate businesses. I was chatting with a client the other day, and they said that their husband just recently got scammed because they wanted to buy a bubble machine. They saw an ad on Facebook, they clicked through, they put some money down, maybe $20, and they've been waiting 8 weeks for it to come with no notifications. So clearly that's a scam. That happens all the time to very intelligent people. So know that just because and you can say as much as trust us, we're a legitimate business, have the gateways. So when we started our business, we started with PayPal because that's what people really wanted to use. They didn't want to use credit cards, right? PayPal was huge, and that got us going. More people than we absolutely expected wanted to use PayPal. So that was a very secure way, right? So have these badges, have the icons, have the security measures in place, because that will turn people off. In fact, it's a really high stat of 40% of abandoned carts are to do with the payment methods. All right, so have those options, have those gateways, have the badges on there that show that you're legit and secure. And as obviously payment methods adapt and progress, such as Afterpay and these other methods, get up to speed with those things, because you're hindering yourself if you're not allowing people to use these payment methods. Just because, for example, we said, we don't want to use Afterpay because it might attract people who can't afford to buy our product. That's an absolute wrong way to think about it, because what's the difference between that and a credit card? You're paying for it now, you're using your credit card now, paying for it later. So there's no difference in that aspect. Don't discriminate against people and their payment methods. All right. And in fact, Afterpay have way higher stats of people paying the money back versus credit cards anyway. Right. So that was a complete wrong way of thinking. So we were probably, 6 months to the party too late. And as soon as we adopted that payment gateway, our sales absolutely shot through the roof. And we only knew that because people kept asking us about Afterpay. Have you got Afterpay? Have you got Afterpay? And then that was enough for us to obviously pull the trigger on it. Okay? So number 2 is payment gateways, badges, and the like at your checkout. And number 3 is quality assurance and guarantees. And this is tied into customer service as well. So backing yourself and assuring people that your product is what they're wanting and more. Having the quality, having guarantees, having a satisfaction guarantee. And, reducing those risks for people up front to get them over the line if that's what it takes. Because chances are if they take the risk on you with, some assurance in the back of their mind, they're going to love it. They're going to love your product. They're going to get the most out of it, and it doesn't even matter. There's a very small percentage of people that actually take you up on certain guarantees. It's 5%, if that. But, if you increase your sales by 50%, you're still net well above what you are right now if you don't have specific guarantees. So think about that. Think about how you can assure and basically guarantee your product that it's going to do what it's going to do, even if that's around shipping times, whatever you can specifically do to enhance the attraction of you and your brand, right? So trust components on the website. I just went through customer reviews, payment gateways, and quality assurance and guarantees. Now, as a bit of a bonus, I wanted to just touch on external factors that contribute to trust. So basically leveraging off customer reviews and social proofing, that's what it comes down to. So that's obviously on the website I just spoke about, but now let's talk about external factors that get people to the website. So what we found really beneficial is Google, a Google profile. Okay, so massively contributing to our traffic is organic Google. We've been doing SEO for 10 years, basically the lifespan. Since the very beginning we've been working on SEO, very important. And then our actual credibility with Google, talking about our business profile. So we have hundreds of reviews on there now. And again, you can't actually fake Google reviews. They are legitimate and they are the biggest source of truth, right? And so I would recommend that you, again, focus on that. Website reviews, Google reviews, all right? That's going to basically be credibility that you're not saying yourself in your marketing messages. And obviously you can regurgitate those into your marketing messages and get direct feedback. That's not from you, it's from somebody else basically propping you up and building credibility. The second thing is through your socials. So influencers, again, it's coming from somebody else that they're having an experience, that they're enjoying your product, that they endorse your product. That is building trust. That is building that herd mentality of, oh, I want to try that too. This person that I look up to and admire and gives me, tips and whatever you're following them for, I trust this person, I will trust this brand. And in a similar light, that's PR as well. Okay, so, external PRs, whether it's articles, blog posts, podcasts, just getting your brand name out there normalizes and legitimizes your brand and builds trust with your brand. Why does McDonald's and Apple and all these other big companies never stop promoting, never stop marketing? Because it's building trust in the market. Okay, and so with that, even if you're on a very small scale, just think about these things on a small scale. So your social media interaction, be really friendly, conversational, quick to respond to people. That's what they want. That's what they expect in this day and age. And that builds trust and a connection with you and your brand. All right. So I hope that really helps. That is the number one way to increase your e-commerce sales and conversions. Trust. Whatever you can do to build trust, on-site, off-site, make sure you're doing it, because that is going to build it as quickly as possible. And it actually perpetuates as you get bigger and bigger and grow. But I can guarantee it that trust, specifically reviews and payment gateways, are the number one thing that drove our business to reach that 500 and even 800K last October in a month. Right? So these are tried and tested things, focuses that we had that we knew were important to drive our sales forward. So I hope that helps. Any questions, let me know, but I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.